Yes, it is Archangel Michael coming in to speak with you today. Now, you have been in the past few messages focusing on your sourceness. We would like to also remind you, well, yes, it is important to raise your frequency, expand, and have as much sourceness as possible running through you, that you have to have a physical suit that is healthy and well maintained to be able to take in as much sourceness and be able to hold it healthfully and happily. For if you do not understand that your sourceness is just energy. It is nothing spectacular because it is everything that is normal and mundane that you see in the world around you. It is, of course, spectacular because everything around you is wonderful and beautiful, but we would like you to not lose track of the thought that a source is just energy. So you are just bringing more energy into your system. However, we need you to remember if you are bringing more energy into your system, you have to be prepared because if people bring too much energy too quickly into their systems when they are not prepared, this can cause chaos in your system. It can burn you out, if you will. There are some people who have in your time experienced doing too many drugs that allow for things that are not as conducive to keeping you grounded that can cause people to have mental illnesses, to have them almost, if you will, fry the impulses because you are, again, electrical meat in your suit, if you will. And so you are electrical impulses. The most important things that go on in your body are electrical impulses. So we need to prepare you. Now, there have been others who have come and spoke to you before in forms of gurus and books telling you about something called Kundalini energy and that snake rising up from your lower chakras to your upper chakras. That was in a way, again, that people could understand. You are being taught as what pertains to each time. And as you expand your mind and what is these kind of analogies or representations of things that are a little more complex. Now you are talking about with things like your Marvel movies, talking about the multiverse and different timelines. So we all can come in and speak in a different way. But if you read a lot of your esoteric texts out there, if you read some of the old things, they will talk about this. This is what they are talking about, but they were talking about A, what worked for their understanding at the time, and B, only to hide it in some ways for those people who were really looking for a way to raise up. So, this is what we are talking about here. We are talking about Kundalini. We are even talking about the serpent with Eve. As a matter of fact, we would like you to, no matter what text you are reading, no matter what movies you are watching, look for the symbolism in it. It all means something different to different people. So if you are wanting to expand your sourceness, which if you are listening to these messages, that is exactly what you are looking to do. If you are looking to expand your sourceness, again, you have to have a physical suit that is able to take the energy coming through because source is just energy. That is all there is. Energy made flesh, energy made in a more dense situation. So you want to be able to inhabit your physical body and take in the most source you possibly can, having that wonderful balance. But again, it needs to be done at a pace that will be the most helpful for you. So, some of the things that you need to understand when you are working on raising your frequency, bringing in more source, that is, being hydrated. So, making sure you are drinking nice, clean, pure water. Now, there are things such as coconut water, and there are electrolyte mixes that you can put to make sure that you have a perfect mix. Because if you start drinking in lots and lots of water, there can be imbalances because there is more than just water and electricity. There are things that conduct impulses. You need certain minerals and different things to help nerve impulses work. So when you are doing things like we are hoping you are working on your channeling in some way, for shape or form, it can be vocal like she does, it can be writing, it can be making your art, or just living the best life that you can, letting us come through you, letting us help you do and be the best and highest you can be in whatever situation or thing you are attempting to do. So, making sure you are hydrated and make sure that you're aware of your specific needs for your body, because different sizes, she is small and is a female. So, it is very different if you are a male and you are a bigger body. There will be a difference. So please make sure that you do and you understand for yourself. Look up things that, for instance, if you were someone, if you are doing really doing the work, you might want to look up someone who is sweating, that is an athlete. If you were an athlete doing some athletic work, you want to find out how much you need of what you need. We would also ask you to make sure that you feed your body well. And it is not about how you look, it is about how you feel, because you will be able to take in more source if you feel your best, if you don't overeat or undereat, because neither one is helpful, and finding the right balance is helpful. Now, we also would like you to know that some of this is based on what you think. So do not get too caught up. This is just like when you go take care of your car. You put in the right amount of gas, you put in the right amount of oil, you make sure there is the right amount of transmission fluid, and so forth. You do not put windshield wiper fluid in your transmission. You do not put sugar in your gas tank. So therefore, again, finding balance. Remember that while, yes, it is a living thing, your body is needing specific balance, and you can find what feels best for you. You might read something and someone says, oh, eat lots of meat. Someone says, do not eat any meat. Someone says, do X, Y, and Z. What we would like you to understand is that your body will have different needs. So, really feel into your eating, of course. Of course, the easier to break down, the closer to the source of source is better, because of the fact that, yes, if you can get all of your needs met by plants, we suggest that would be a best way to go, because you are getting your energy almost directly from the sun. In that way, there is less to deal with, because as you mix animals into the process, they are eating different things, because most of the animals that humans eat do not eat other animals. You normally feed them more of a vegetarian diet if you are mm, doing this en masse. And we also suggest if you do eat meat, that you are aware of how these animals are being cared for, because that is important. Because again, energy, if there is terror, if there is unhappiness, do you want to put that in your body? No, you would not want to go to a restaurant while the chef is cussing and screaming and really in a bad mood. Would you, if you could hear that from the kitchen, would you really want to eat what they serve? Or, for instance, if you or your loved one are in a nasty mood, slamming pots and pans as they cook, and then like just throw it on the table, that changes the way you feel about your food. So you, as you are getting more sensitive and you are connecting to source, it is important to be aware of those things. And we would also say, too, that we would like you to, if you can afford to, buy all sorts of, whether it be animal based food or plant based food, that you really are aware of the people that are creating your food, in what way, shape, or form they are, that they package it in a way that is sustainable, that they are doing things that are have a higher frequency. Some companies are more reputable than others. And of course, if you can buy local, that helps you keep in tune with what you need where you are. The closer to where you are, the closer to the source, the closer to the source. Ah. Now, again, do not get hung up on this. Again, you can listen to your body because this is all energy. So you can mm, do blessings and pray over your food. So no matter what, if you are in an area where there is not what they refer to as a food desert, where you have lack of resources, or for instance, you may be feeling a lack of financial resources, or your store doesn't carry things, so on and so on, you do not have to worry. Again, bless things, bless your water, bless your food. Even if you have the best and the purest water, the best and the purest, highest vibrational food, bless it. And do not get too hung up on these things. These are just suggestions. Please do not worry yourself, because worrying brings down your frequency, and that means less source. You are closing yourself off. We would also like to talk to you about sleep, getting the right amount of sleep for you. Now, there are different people who say sleep more, sleep less. Find what works for you. And it matters what you are thinking before you go off to sleep. Finding some sort of practice, like Raphael suggested, really doing the bringing in your sourceness, that cross of light. And if you did not listen to the video, you can go back and listen to the video, but we will tell you here and now. Now, you are imagining from the highest point in the universe, wherever you can imagine, coming down, beaming down through the top of your head, moving down to the lowest point, imagining down, down, down as far as you can to infinity, both directions. This beam of light in whatever color you prefer. And then from your right side, shoulder height about, to your left side, and again, infinity each direction, coming to a basically a cross in the center of your body, running through you from the top and bottom to the right and left, infinite directions both ways, and then breathing in to the center where those two lines intersect, and imagining breathing into the lines themselves, breathing into that center, and expanding your source, expanding that energy out to infinity, above, below, right, left, all sorts of ways, letting it expand past your body. Really feel that expansion, expansion, expansion. And one does not need to focus too much on grounding. If you would like to, you may, but you can focus because you are going down through the center of the earth, all the way past underneath. You are going through infinite directions. So you may go through, depending on how good your imagination is, many, many planets, many, many solar systems, many galaxies, whatever you can imagine. But just imagine that expanding, and then imagine feeling that as much source that can come into you, and feel it helping heal your suit. Feel it helping heal the planet, because you're going to expand infinitely in all directions. Feel the safety, feel that love, feel that expansion, feel source, and feel everyone else feeling that safety of source. And then let yourself drift off to sleep, or you can give yourself some more programming if you wish. And upon waking in the morning, again, imagine the same thing. And this time, imagine everybody waking. Imagine all that energy. So if you go to bed with that sort of thing and you wake up with that sort of thing, your sleep in between should be wonderful. Again, play with things. There are many, many, this is just one of many, many, many things that you can do and look at. There are plenty of people, plenty of things. Some people like music, some people like whatever it can be for you. Find the best things that work for you to get the best amount of sleep, because these are the things that your body needs for good health. And then the very last one, and especially not the least, is going to mm, move your physical body in the ways that you enjoy, getting that blood pumping, making sure you move, stretch, so that it is easy to be in your physical body. So when you want to sit and meditate, you feel comfortable sitting and meditating. If you want to channel, if you want to do anything, that you feel comfortable in your body. There are all sorts of programs. There are things that you can do. There are things like Tai Chi, yoga, Qigong, there's walking, there's weights, there's all sorts of things to help you balance yourself out. And then after your exercises, make sure there is self care, meaning the things that we spoke about: eating, drinking, sleeping, but also maybe massage, maybe energy work if you still feel that need. Because, well, eventually none of these things will be necessary when you reach a high enough frequency. However, you are still living amongst a great group of people who are living where they are focused almost solely on their physical body. And we just would like you to give love and maintain as you are building up your sourceness. There is no contradiction in what Raphael taught to you, because of the fact that, yes, until you reach a certain point, you have to take care of your physical body. That is all there is to it. Do your very best, think loving thoughts, and come in connection with your body. Bring your hands to your heart and talk to your body. Tell your body that you love it because it has consciousness. You might have been one of these people who pushed your body too far or not moved it quite enough. So, really tune in. The places where you can tune in the best are both your heart center, and maybe even directly over your physical heart, and your solar plexus. These are the places to really tune into your physical body and have a conversation and ask it before you drink, before you eat, before you go to sleep, before you work out, before you get self care, health, or any other kinds of care like massage, energy work, whatnot, people facilitating good things for your body. Ask it. You may not hear anything for a while. It may take a long time before you communicate, but before you do things and while you're blessing things, also bless your body and ask, 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 because you know what? That would be the best best and the highest to help you out. We love you and we wish you a good day. We are Archangel Michael. Goodbye.